Peppa Pig. Peppa's Post. One day, Mr. Zebra the postman delivered a very important letter to Peppa and George's house. "Look, George," cried Peppa, running to the front door. "It's for us," grunted George excitedly. "I wonder what's inside." "It's your tickets for Mr. Potato's marvellous theatre show," said Mummy Pig, helping Peppa open the envelope. "Oh, goody," gasped Peppa. "I love the theatre and I love Mr. Potato." That afternoon, Mammy and Daddy Pig drove Peppa and George to the Grand Theatre to meet Madame Gazelle and their friends. When they arrived, the show was about to start. "Please welcome," said a loud voice, "your friend and mine, Mr. Potato." "Oh, wow!" the children gasped all the way through the show. After it finished, they gave Mr. Potato a huge round of applause, and Madame Gazelle gave everyone a special envelope to take home. Daddy Pig helped Peppa and George read their letter from Madame Gazelle. The next morning, they followed the map to playgroup. "Welcome, little ones," Madame Gazelle beamed after the mummies and daddies had left. "Today we will be putting on a pantomime, and there will be a special guest coming." "Ooh!" everyone gasped. "Now, children," continued Madame Gazelle, "we have lots to do. First, we must make the posters and invitations for the pantomime." When they'd finished, everyone gave their invitations to Mr. Zebra. He raced off to deliver them. The first one was for Mummy and Daddy Pig. Mr. Zebra handed Mummy and Daddy Pig their invitation to the pantomime. "How lovely," said Mummy Pig when she opened the envelope. "Of course we can come." Mummy and Daddy Pig gave their reply to Mr. Zebra, and he raced off to deliver the other invitations. Later that morning, the playgroup doorbell rang. Ding dong! It was Mr. Zebra with an enormous parcel for all the children. "It's a dressing-up box," whispered Peppa to Susie. "A very big one." "Your costumes are here, my little stars," announced Madame Gazelle. The dressing-up box was full of wonderful costumes. Peppa and her friends picked their outfits and got ready. "Now you must practice your lines," said Madame Gazelle. "Peppa, you can start." "I'm Little Red Riding Hood," began Peppa. "I'm going to visit my grandma." Danny Dog was dressed as a big bad wolf. "I'm going to eat Little Red Riding Hood," he barked. "Wonderful acting, Peppa and Danny," said Madame Gazelle. The children were still practicing when the doorbell rang again. Ding dong! "It is Mr. Zebra with more post," announced Madame Gazelle. The children opened the parcel and found replies to their invitations. "Fabulous news!" exclaimed Madame Gazelle. "Everyone can come to our pantomime, even our mystery guest." "Who is the mystery guest, Madame Gazelle?" asked Peppa. "Is it the Queen?" "You will have to wait and see," replied Madame Gazelle. "Oh," sighed Peppa, a little disappointed. It was almost time for the pantomime to start. Everyone was arriving. Peppa peered around the curtain. She could see the mummies and daddies, but she couldn't see a mystery guest. "Please find your programs and take your seats," said Madame Gazelle. "Our pantomime is about to begin." "Ladies and gentlemen," said Madame Gazelle, "welcome to our pantomime." The children leapt onto the stage and everyone stood up to take photos. Click, click, flash, flash. Please, said Madame Gazelle, for the sake of the actors, no photography. The parents quietly sat back down in their chairs and the show began. I'm Little Red Riding Hood, began Peppa. I'm visiting my grandma. I'm the big bad wolf, said Danny. I'm pretending to be grandma, then I'm going to eat everyone. I'm the hunter, said Pedro. I'm chasing the big bad wolf away. Ooh! Wow! The parents gasped all the way through the performance. When the pantomime finished, the children bowed. Everyone gave them a huge round of applause, except for Mr. Zebra, who was so tired from delivering all the letters that he had fallen fast asleep. Where's the mystery guest? Peppa whispered to Susie. Just then the clapping stopped and a loud voice said, Please welcome our special guest, your friend and mine, Mr. Potato. Mr. Potato is more famous than the Queen, whispered Peppa excitedly. What a marvellous performance, said Mr. Potato, leaping up from his hiding place next to the stage. This pantomime was the best I have ever seen. Hooray! Hooray! Cheered the children. They loved their pantomime, but they loved meeting Mr. Potato even more. The end. Peppa's Christmas Post. It was nearly Christmas Eve, and Peppa and George were feeling very Christmassy. Let's post our letters to Santa, said Peppa. Yippee! Cheered George. Peppa, George, Mummy and Daddy Pig put on their boots and headed out into the snow to the post box. On the way home from the postbox, Daddy Pig did his Christmas dance. Oh, it's a bit slippery, he cried, falling on his bottom with a bump. Oh, Daddy Pig, said Mummy, holding out her hand to help him up, but then she slipped over too. Mummy and Daddy Pig were covered in snow. Dr. Brown Bear came to see if they were okay. You're going to be fine, he said. But you both had a bit of a bump, so you must rest until Christmas Day. Oh no, sighed Daddy Pig. Everybody went to stay at Granny and Grandpa Pig's house so Mummy and Daddy could stay in bed. I know how we can cheer up Mummy and Daddy, Peppa whispered to George. Let's get everything ready for Christmas ourselves. So with a little help from Granny and Grandpa Pig, Peppa and George started making Christmas cards and advent calendars for everyone they knew. After Peppa and George posted everything they had made, it was time to make the Christmas pudding. Mummy and Daddy will love this, said Peppa, stirring the sticky mixture. That looks perfect, little ones, said Granny Pig. Let's steam it, and then I have something to show you. Granny Pig found an envelope in a drawer and passed it to Peppa and George. Take a look inside, she said. Ooh, said Peppa. Thank you, Granny. Inside the envelope was a little book of festive treats. Peppa and George made all of the recipes inside it, and a lot of mess. Something smells delicious, said Grandpa Pig, his tummy rumbling.
They're not for now, Grandpa, explained Peppa. They're for Christmas Day.
I see, replied Grandpa Pig. Well then, I can't wait for Christmas Day.
What's in that great big box, Grandpa?
asked Peppa. Christmas decorations, said Grandpa Pig.
Hooray! Let's decorate the Christmas tree,
cheered Peppa. Peppa and George covered the whole house with Grandpa Pig's decorations.
Mommy and Daddy are going to be very surprised when they come downstairs on Christmas Day,
said Peppa. Then she and George sat down with Granny Pig. They wanted to write an extra special letter to Santa. Peppa, George, Granny and Grandpa Pig put on their boots and headed out into the snow to post their special letter.
I hope Santa gets it in time,
said Peppa, lifting George up so he could post the letter. I am sure he will, Peppa, said Grandpa Pig. Come on, let's head back home. That night, at the North Pole, Santa Claus received Peppa and George's special letter. Ho, 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 he laughed. Christmas stickers, how lovely. Then he got out his pen and paper and wrote an extra special reply. The next morning was Christmas Eve, and there was a letter waiting for Peppa and George by the front door.
Someone's written us a letter, George,
said Peppa, jumping up and down.
Santa,
cheered George.
Don't be silly, George, replied Peppa. Santa doesn't write letters. He's too busy making toys.
Dear Peppa and George Pig, thank you so much for your letter and wonderful present. I have put your Christmas stickers all over my grotto. Of course I can deliver presents for your mommy and daddy. Make sure you go to bed nice and early on Christmas Eve, and there will be an extra special surprise for you both on Christmas Day. Love from Santa Claus. At bedtime on Christmas Eve, Peppa and George were soon tucked up in their little bed at Granny and Grandpa's house.
We have to go to sleep early like Santa said in his letter, whispered Peppa. I wonder what his surprise will be. Santa,
whispered George as he closed his eyes. Soon they were both fast asleep.
Mommy, Daddy,
cheered Peppa and George very early the next morning.
It's Christmas Day!
What? Mumbled Daddy Pig, waking up.
It's Christmas Day! Repeated Peppa. Dr. Brown Bear said you can get out of bed now. We have lots of surprises for you.
But there was a surprise waiting for everyone in the living room.
Santa!
cried Peppa and George. Santa! cried Daddy Pig, doing his special Christmas dance very carefully, this time, and managing not to fall over. Surprise, said Santa. I thought I'd pop in and see two little piggies who have been very helpful this Christmas. Hooray! cheered Peppa and George. Santa gave presents to Mummy and Daddy Pig and to Granny and Grandpa Pig. Then he turned to Peppa and George and gave them the doll and the racing car they had asked for. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! He chuckled as he waved goodbye. Now remember to write your thank you letters. I love getting post. That night, Peppa and George were back at home and tucked up in their own beds.
I love getting post too, Santa,
whispered Peppa, looking at his letter on her bedroom wall.
especially from you.
The end.
Hi kids, did you have fun watching this video? Then like and subscribe for more.